Let's go over the first flame. If you have not seen the other video I posted, you should 100% go and check that out. For a general, just a low boss scaling of the, Dark Souls universe. So we're gonna not be talking about the first flame, which granted is still to be, but okay. In the beginning, the world has nothing more than a formless gray fog, with the only beings instead that being ancient everlasting dragons, which roam the empty vast space comprising of all existence. During this time, duality did not exist, as evidenced by the original Japanese reading by the Dark Souls opening. Translated, the world is still undivided, covered in fog. Then along came the first flame, which in turn gave birth to not only the royal Lordran, but also duality itself. Translated with the translation, quote unquote, with the fire came differences. Not only that, but the first flame also gave birth to light and darkness. Translation and light and darkness. Also, this is all in the trailers. I mean, not all the trailers, the trailer in general for Dark Souls. One of the major arguments for Dark Souls higher tiering is that light itself is equal to time, as stated in the item description for the repair spell. Now, like I said before, arguments like this are often dismissed as flowery language or plain metaphors. However, there's more evidence to prove that argument, as well as we look further into this, in the series lore. So going back to Solaire's quote was used in the multiverse section of the video I posted. If you have not checked that out, you should go and check that out, because this is a follow-up. There's gonna be 4 something parts or 5 parts or longer. But anyway, Solaire states that the flow of time has become stagnant due to the first flame dying out. And this is further repeated in the overture of Elden Ring, where the very concepts of time and space have become vague because the world being on the verge of destruction, all of which is due to the first flame dying out. Quote unquote, in the world of Dark Souls, where everything is on the brink of destruction, even the concept of time and space has become ambiguous. This has led to the formation of bonds among those who share the same aspirations, as well as groups formed with the purpose of plunder. In the uncertain world, the principle of forming a covenant may function to keep their will there. Might hold true. That's a quote. All this clearly displays that the first flame sustains not only the concept of time, but also the concept of space. And that by creating light, the first flame also created time and space by proxy, is why would they be affected by the first flame fading if they weren't created by nor created to it in some significant way. But however, this itself might not be enough to reach 1A for some people, and it definitely would not be 1A for me anyways. Or, I mean, I can argue that, but anyways, for most people this wouldn't be enough to scale to 1A. But the first flame can still reach 2B for creating and sustaining a countless number of worlds and universes.